Hello students. This is actually for the students who have made it so far. That means the students who have done really well so far. Average, you get more than 80 from a model paper or from a past paper. Say now from a 50 MCQ paper, you will be getting more than 40. And for the essay paper, yes, you can get more than 40 out of 50. Say for one essay question, you will be getting, say for the full marks is 15, so you will be getting more than 12. Right now we are finding it difficult to pass the mark of 80, so or the fast marks go beyond 40. Yes, students, you have met a threshold value. That's first of all actually I have to congratulate you for doing something incredibly really good, right? That's great. Right now here I'm gonna share you actually a very boring secret. You have to practice these, students. You have to become a master. You have to imitate your teacher. Actually, this is the Feynman technique, students. You have to use Feynman techniques. Feynman techniques basically is where you explain things to others in simple manner. Say now, first thing you have to do, you have to have the ability to write down the theories in a sheet, in a couple of sheets. Let's say you have to have the ability to write down all the equations and then explain the equations. Say you write down the equation of projectile. Say now S equals ut plus half a d square linear motion equation. And then when it comes to projectiles, you have to have the ability to explain the type of questions you will be getting in projectiles. Say finding the maximum height, finding where the kinetic energy is half. Likewise, you have the ability to tell the type of questions. So pick your tunes and all that. Try to figure out the type of question models you will be getting from each type of lesson. So once you complete that, you know the question models you will be getting. It's a really tough task. It's a boring task. You have to do this. Right. Now you have done that. Say now you can explain theories really well and the question models as well. Right. You have done. You have passed that one. Then you have to analyze actually the MCQ paper. Here I'm looking at the MCQ paper here. Look at the MCQ paper. Check what are the marks you will be getting. It's like this. From first 20 questions, are you getting all correct? So if you are flying high, students, remember that you have to target high. So that means from the first 20 questions, you have to get all the 20 correct, or at least 19 out of 20 correct, right? So check whether you are hitting that mark, right? From the next 10, so 20 to 30, at least you should get 8 out of 10, right? From the next 10, so 30 to 40, at least you should get again 8 or 9 out of 10. From the last one, yes, there's an exception. You can go up to 7 or 8. So 3 or 4 can go wrong. Check whether you are hitting that mark. If so, then you are great, right? If not, you have to pick that type of questions and practice them again and again and again and again and again, right? And explain yourself why you are getting wrong, right? So you have done that part as well. Moving into the next step, what you can do. Again, I'm coming back to the question models. So these type of question models actually students find is really difficult. It's statement type questions. So students, what you have to do, you have to collect statement type of questions, at least 50 questions from past papers. Say you get 10 questions from 2015 paper, 10 questions from 2016 paper. Likewise, collect 50 questions and do them all together, like give 2 hours of time and do the paper. See what are the marks you will be getting. Say you get 30 out of 50. There you go. You have gone 20 wrong. If you get 50 out of 50, that's perfect. I mean, you don't have to worry about anything. At least if you get 40 out of 50, that means 10 questions you have gone wrong. If you find it difficult to do the statement type of questions, students, remember that you have a problem with theories. So you have to go with the theory. So take that question, read it, and now you know the answer. So try to understand the answer. Explain the answer to yourself. Teach yourself. This will take certain time for sure, but once you teach yourself the theories, statement type theories, you are improving yourself. Right. Next one, the diagrams. Students, you must have noticed that in your classes, your teachers, without an effort, they draw the diagram. So this is also you have to do. Just start from the beginning let's see, from mechanics, from instruments, measuring instruments, they draw all the diagrams without looking at the books and all that. You have to have the ability to draw them. So now you go to the next lesson, VT diagrams and all that, and the third lesson, let's say simple harmonic motion diagrams and the waves and oscillations, the tubes, stretch strings, the sonic boom diagrams, and all the diagrams you have to have the ability to write down, and without looking at the books you have to have the ability to memorize them. So that is a must. If you can do that, again, get for up to electronics, matter radiation diagrams, can you draw all the diagrams? If you cannot draw the diagrams, students, again you are hitting a nerve there, so you have to get that skill as well. So try to study the diagrams, and you have to have that in your brain. Right, you have done that, so completed. Then come to graph. Again, very same method we did for statement questions. Find question papers and take 10 out of one paper. So create a paper of 50 and do the paper. Say again you are getting 30 out of 50, that means you have gone 20 wrong, right? Study them one by one. Study the patterns of graphs, and from each lesson what type of graphs can they ask. So this takes time. Again, analyze the graph model questions. Once you do this, you have done another one. Statements, diagrams, graphs. So far, students, this is actually for MCQs again, right? Just try this for MCQs. If you are a really good student, I mean, if you can score more than 40 out of 50, this will give a boost. Actually, you need only 3 or 4 correct, right? More. So you can hit that now for sure. Try this method, students. Cheers.